So on Tuesday and last week, we talked about distributing, and we did distributing over addition and subtraction. When I distribute over addition, what I'm saying is that if I have three, in this case, three real numbers, then to simplify, I'll multiply the number on the outside. So this would be x times y, and multiply x times z, and then I carry the addition sign. Let's take an example, and let's do one that's a little bit more complex than what we did earlier this week. I have 7 plus 3 times the sum of 2x plus 8. I've seen people who have wanted to add 7 plus 3 first and then multiply. But if we think about the order of operations, we have to do multiplication first. So I'm going to have to multiply 3 times 2x, which would be 6x, and 3 times 8, which is 24, and then carry this addition sign. I also have my remaining 7 and then my plus sign. So I did my multiplication first, and now I can add. So let's rewrite this. I'm going to put my constants and my variables together. So all I did was move the 7 closer to the 24, and I can do this. If I have 3 plus 1 plus 2, I can rewrite that as 1 plus 2 plus 3 if I wanted to, or 1 plus 3 plus 2. It's the same thing. All I'm doing, it's called commuting, so I'm moving these terms, and I haven't changed my answer. So now I can see, well, let's associate this 7 and 24. So I can add those together, and I would have 31. So this is my simplified expression. Now let's try one with subtraction. So when we distribute over subtraction, we have real numbers, x, y, and z, and for those real numbers, if I have an expression, x times the difference, y minus z, then I can distribute over the subtraction. I distribute my x to the y, x times y. I distribute my x times z, and then I carry my subtraction symbol. Let's try one. 5 plus 4 times the difference, 7x minus 6. So again, we cannot add 5 and 4 together until we can't do anything with this 5 plus until we deal with the multiplication. So we're going to leave the 5 alone, and I'm going to distribute the 4 to the 7. So 4 times 7 is 28x. 4 times 6 is 24. And then I write the subtraction sign. Now let's move the terms so that I have my variable and my constants together. And I can associate. So I'll have 5 and minus 24, or you could think of it as 5 and negative 24. So 5 minus 24 is a negative 19. Remember, I could write this as 28x plus negative 19 or 28x minus 19, the same thing, for the same reason as 3 minus 2 and 3 plus negative 2 are the same. This is equal to 1, this is equal to 1. Okay, Let's do one more. So we're going to do another problem, and we're asked to simplify 9 minus 2 times the difference, x minus 4. Okay, remember I can't combine the 9 and the 2. I have to do my multiplication first. But I am going to rewrite this as 9 plus negative 2 times x minus 4. Okay, remember I can, if I have a 5 minus 3, that's the same as 5 plus negative 3. In both cases, this is equal to 2, and this is equal to 2. We went through this in an earlier video. You can try both in your calculator. So now I'm going to distribute my negative 2 to the terms inside the parentheses. So I'll have negative 2 times x, which is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. And then I write my subtraction symbol. I have one more simplification before I combine like terms. If I have a 6 minus a negative 3, for example, this can be rewritten as 6 plus 3. Why? Because I'm doing the opposite. I'm saying subtract a negative, which is the same as adding a positive. And you can try this in your calculator. Find the answer to 6 minus negative 3 and find the answer to 6 plus 3. In both cases, this is going to be equal to 9. It's the same thing. We're asked to do the opposite of the negative, which is saying, let me add a positive. So going back to our original problem, I would have 9 plus negative 2x, and then this is minus a negative, which I changed to be adding a positive. Now I can combine like terms. Let me rewrite this and put my constants together, and I'll have negative 2x plus 9 plus 8 is 17. The new, I guess, lesson or review that I want to do is distributing division over addition and subtraction. So you're going to see problems where you'll have like 10 plus 16 divided by 2. Now in this case, you could add the numerator first. So you would have 26 over 2, which is equal to 13. But you could also distribute first. So you can distribute the division of 2 to both terms, to 10 and 16. So this would be equal to 10 divided by 2 plus 16 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And if you add those together, it's 13. Same thing can be done if we are subtracting. So I could have 12 minus 27 divided by 3. If I simplify this, I do this, you might say, well, why am I subtracting before I divide? You need to think about this as a term in parentheses. So both of these terms you need to do first, and then you can divide. So 12 minus 27 is negative 15, divided by 3 is negative 5. Now let's distribute first. So I'd have 12 minus 27 divided by 3. And basically this is a fraction. And you can see here, all I'm doing is I'm creating two fractions with like denominators, which means that I could ultimately put them together. So if I do this separately, 12 divided by 3 is 4, 27 divided by 3 is 9. I write my subtraction sign, and this is -5. It's the same. So let's say we're asked to simplify this expression, 45 plus 12x minus 3y, all divided by 3. There's no way to combine this 45 and the 12x and the minus 3y because I don't know what the values of x and y are. So I can't combine these all together. I'm going to go ahead and separate them. So I'm going to distribute this division to each term within my parentheses. So I will have 45, to each term in my numerator, sorry, not parentheses. 45 divided by 3 plus 12x divided by 3 minus 3y divided by 3. And then I'll simplify each of those. 3y divided by 3 is just 1y, and then write my subtraction symbol. So then this is my simplified expression, and I would leave it just like that.